Right now, the United States is in more debt than any country in history has ever seen. This debt is so large that it is now mathematically almost impossible to repay. But most people are not aware of this, because the system has not collapsed yet. Stores are open, salaries are being paid, life goes on. This is exactly where the most dangerous moment begins. Hello, I'm Milton Friedman. On this channel, we will discuss economic truths that most people never learned in school. How consumption habits are manipulated, how money has been used throughout history to control people, how debt systems have turned into modern slavery, why pension systems are no longer as safe as they used to be, how credit cards become a tool when used correctly and a trap when used incorrectly, and how investments really work, in simple terms. My goal is not to make complex economics intimidating, but to explain it in a way everyone can understand. Now come, let's start with one of the biggest economic dangers America faces today. Imagine a person who borrows with a credit card every month, covering old debt with new debt. For a while, everything seems to be going fine. But one day comes, interest rates rise, income is not enough to cover the debt, and that day, the system suddenly collapses. America is doing exactly this right now, covering old debt with new debt, trillions of dollars disappearing every year, and it thinks this is sustainable. So the real question is, how long can this continue? Because there is not a single country in history that has managed to live with debt forever. America today is not just in debt. America has become the most indebted state in history. Right now, the federal debt has exceeded tens of trillions of dollars. This number is so large that most people cannot even imagine it. Let's put it more simply. The total money America produces in a year and the debt it has are almost at the same level. In other words, even if everyone in the country worked for a year without any spending, it still couldn't pay off this debt. And the problem is not just the size of the debt. The problem is that this debt is increasing faster every year. Each new budget deficit cannot be closed. Instead, new debt is added on top. This is exactly the credit card cycle, drawing a new one to pay the old one. It works for a while. Eventually, it always explodes. Now let's get to the more dangerous part. A large portion of this debt is carried with interest, and interest rates have been rising rapidly in recent years. Do you know what this means? America is not just borrowing anymore. It is paying hundreds of billions of dollars in interest every year just to carry the debt. Soon, more money than the defense budget could go just to interest. So the country is starting to work, not for schools, roads, health, but just for the interest on past expenditures. Every major power in history that reached this point approached the same end. The Roman Empire, the Spanish Empire, the late Ottoman period. Debt grew, taxes increased, money devalued, people became impoverished, and the system collapsed. Now people are asking this: is America different? Can America escape this fate? As I said years ago, states don't really pay debt. They erode it with inflation. In other words, by printing money, they shift the burden of debt onto the people's pockets. This is why inflation is not just price increases. It is a silent method of debt payment. The state gets rid of debt. The people become impoverished. This is exactly what is happening in America today. Trillions were printed after COVID. Debt grew, and within a few years, prices exploded. Houses, rents, grocery shopping, health expenses, everything skyrocketed. This is not a coincidence. This is a natural consequence of the system. And if this path does not change, in the coming years, a more expensive life for the people, higher taxes, and a weaker currency are coming. Big collapses don't happen overnight. They happen slowly. They happen while people are adapting. And when they realize it, it is usually too late. This is why I see economics not just as numbers, but as a matter of freedom, because a borrowing state always eventually passes the bill to its citizens. As long as this system does not change, America's debt problem will not end well either. We just don't know how long it will last. But history tells us one thing: there has never been a country that lived with debt forever. Now let's clarify this. When a country gets into this much debt, there are actually only three paths ahead. The first is to actually pay the debt. That is, to cut spending, drastically increase taxes, and tighten the belt for many years. This is theoretically possible, but in practice, it is almost impossible to implement in any democratic country, because the people cannot endure it. Politicians also do not want to put themselves in this situation. This is why this path is almost never chosen. The second path is default. That is, being unable to pay the debt. This means loss of reputation for the state. The currency collapses. Investors flee. The economy enters a severe crisis. We see this often in developing countries. But major powers try to postpone this until the last moment. And they usually choose the third path: inflation. The quietest, most invisible, but most effective method. You print money. The debt remains the same, but the value of money decreases. The real burden falls on the people's shoulders. America is using exactly this path today. Officially, no one says, "We are eroding debt with inflation." But this is what is being done. Even if salaries increase, prices rise faster. Those who save lose. Those who are in debt win. This system protects wealthy asset owners, homeowners, stock owners, and large corporations. But the middle class, living on salaries, is always crushed. This is why people in America today feel this. The life we used to live comfortably is now difficult. This is not a feeling. This is the real face of the economy. When the state starts printing money, at first everyone is relieved. But the price always comes later. And that price hits ordinary people the most. Why are people in the US working 2 jobs today? Why are credit card debts breaking records? Why can't young people buy homes? The answer is not very complex. Debt, money printing, equals inflation. These three work together, and the system has never been sustainable. At some point, either inflation accelerates even more, or a serious financial crisis comes. This rarely has a soft ending. Most debt explosions in history end in crisis. Banks struggle, markets fall, unemployment rises. Then everyone asks, how did this happen? Yet the signs are clear, years in advance. America is exactly at that warning stage today. There is no collapse yet, but the foundation is cracking. And as I said years ago, there is no such thing as a free lunch in economics. When we put all this together, the picture is actually very clear. America's debt problem doesn't work like a bomb that will explode one day. It works like a process that slowly impoverishes everyone. A little more money is printed every year. The debt grows a little more every year. Life becomes a little more expensive every year. And most people are looking in the wrong place for why this is happening. Now, the really important question is, what can you do as an individual within this system? Because you cannot control the mistakes of states. But you can learn how to protect your own money. At the end of the video, I will share a few clear recommendations about this. But it is important to know this for now. Trusting cash and waiting generally causes losses during high inflation periods. In systems that live with debt, things that preserve value stand out. Assets, knowledge, and correct financial decisions. If you understand the money system, you understand the rules of the game. Those who understand the rules don't get lost. Those who don't understand always pay the price for others' mistakes. This is why our goal on this channel is not to create panic, It's to explain the truth in a simple way. Don't just save your money. Convert your money into productive assets. Because inflation erodes cash, but productive assets create value in the long term. There is no escape from inflation, but you can learn to avoid its effects. In other words, we have to play the game, but those who know the rules have a chance to win. This is why my real recommendation is this. If you live in an economy that grows with debt, you cannot stay safe just by working and saving. You must learn how money works, and you must direct your money to areas that create value over time. This is not fear. This is mathematics. Those who do not understand the money system pay the price for others' decisions for a lifetime. Those who understand can turn crises into opportunities. This is exactly what we will do on this channel. We will learn economics not to be afraid, but to become stronger. We will discuss how inflation works, how debt shapes the economy, and how individuals can survive in this system. If these topics interest you and directly affect your pocket, you might consider subscribing to the channel. In every video, we will translate complex economics into language everyone can understand. See you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.